I just said all that with my mic off. My bad. Um, I said that I didn't change my scrubs because I came home and I stuffed my face with pizza and I was too busy eating to get any of this ready. So, my apologies. But I'm trying to jump into it. Also, yes, my Switch is on 36% because I forgot to keep it charging. So, we're just gonna pretend like that's not what's happening. To my poor, poor Switch, it is not being neglected. I swear. Now it's been about 2 weeks since we last played, because I didn't play last week. So I hope I remember everything that was happening in the game. So I also hope that my audio
rounded the corner to the frozen town square.
Okay, good.
They spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center.
Oh, okay. So we did see what happens here at the end of the last playthrough. So we'll just pick this back up as our starting point. Just to let everybody know, so far we have managed to die multiple times. There's a big conspiracy going on. This glowing thing is like the source, and our grandma seems to be about to be throwing something into it. So far it's just been a wild ride. I don't know how many more branching paths we have left. We've opened quite a few so far. We've gotten all this interrogation stuff done, and I think we're on one right now. We haven't finished this one because we don't have all of the words that we need to keep going. But we've done quite a bit in the game. I don't know how much more there is left. So I don't know if this is going to be the finale or not. I hope not. I do hope that we have at least one more session in on this game. But I don't know. We'll have to see together.
He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
So Mr. Nuncreed is the little dog man that's on the left-hand side. And he is like slowly approaching our grandma. Because she's about to throw stuff in there. So we've caught up to him.
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss.
And hopefully I remember the voices we gave everybody. Hence the amateur voice acting in the title.
Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out.
Okay.
She held a lit torch,
A
which
lit
flickered
torch.
in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't think you know what you're doing. But I assure you, this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town.
Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right at this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing.
How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me.
And yet we gave him an old man voice.
We just had different ideas about how to effect change.
Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets.
No, that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath.
Welcome
The
to
moment
Amateur Voice
balanced
Acting
on
Hour.
a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Alright, he began to... He can either hum or he can weep. I think given the tenseness, weep is probably like the more common answer. So I'm actually going to go with hum this time, unless anybody thinks I should go with something else. Because if you think we should go with weep, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go with hum. I should probably keep that closer so I don't have to keep reaching for it. I'm going to get very thirsty up in here. Let me pull up my little timer so I can make sure we're not in ad space while I'm, you know, posing this question to everybody. Alright. We're gonna go with hum.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother.
In case anybody's unaware, Luca's mother is missing.
Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely.
Y'all let me know if it's too quiet for you, okay?
As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank.
Excuse me.
Those countless nights of consolation. The incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out.
So this may have been the right choice.
A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
That's so nice. I was afraid to talk during it because it's just, you know, so nice. I don't know if this has an end, so I didn't want to just stay silent the whole time. It is a nice melody. I imagine I probably have to hit a button to continue. But it's nice to just sit for a minute, especially with all of the loss and sadness that goes on in this game. Sometimes it's nice to just kind of pause.
Luca lifted his head in a astonishment.
Yep, I had to hit the button.
The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my mom and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
Was she our mom the whole time? Like, wait a minute.
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face.
If she was our mom the whole time, why did she pretend to be our grandma?
He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
We found his mom. I don't know how that works because his mom was supposed to be missing and then his grandma showed up. But it's not his grandma. She's secretly dead.
Eleanor? I thought you were.
Gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
Wow.
You're a smart man, Joseph. I would have thought you'd have pieced it together by now.
You were exposed.
Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me?
You tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone.
You could have trusted me.
These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process.
Then what do we do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
Wow. He was sweet on our grandma, but it wasn't our grandma.
It can't be stopped. This is too big.
I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. What's Mr. Nuncreed gonna do? Is this gonna take us to the finale? Because I wasn't ready for that.
Don't understand. He always wins.
Ooh, it's not the end.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know.
Oh, excuse me.
7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door bust open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Ooh. She jumped into it. So something must have happened to her. And that is what change is all about. I forgot that I gave him that voice. So something happened to Eleanor, I'm assuming because she jumped in the pod. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we all will be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see this festival is a sham? An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. Excuse me. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just as sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It's just easier to look the other way. The truth is... I don't remember giving him a voice. That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away!
No, I want them to see this. The ever tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side.
Hello! I'm doing okay. I forgot what voice we gave the Doberman-looking guy. So I'm making one up.
Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a little more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr.
Yes, sir.
It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for the rousing oratory. I will take it from here.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Ooh, I thought Kerr was in charge.
You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Mario Party 8 on Nintendo Wii? Good choice.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me
Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green.
Sorry. What? This man was
A
dead.
hushed horror gripped the crowd.
Sharper Valentine is dead. I am so confused.
This is a story about change.
True.
What? No. Huh, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement.
I don't know what voice to give him. He's the big bad evil guy.
Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign.
It's the Sharper Valentine Festival.
Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard! Ooh, Malice. Interesting. We see the voice acting. Hush Cube, it's not that great. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again.
Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward!
Does anyone else have anything to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
He does kind of have Mr. Kerr's voice, I will just say. It's just kind of slipped into that slimy car salesman thing.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children.
Oh yeah, we gave him an Eeyore voice. I forgot about this guy.
Daddy. I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking.
I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time.
Father,
Have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished?
was focused on cementing our legacy.
Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? There he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. Think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. Only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty.
Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest?
Ha! You think that puffed-up blatherskate could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It was truly the role of a lifetime.
Wait. So this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now that your secret's out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha! The young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you.
You can't do this.
Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. I think we're in ad space, if anybody can confirm that for me. I don't know for sure. But well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
I'm not gonna do that. Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image.
Wasn't it already in his image, technically?
The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing.
Interesting.
Let's see.
Alright, so we can go back and cry. We can act with shame or with malice. And then I think there's going to be a third branch here, because we've both accepted and refused on this one. This could be the end of this one, because I do have the 2 explosions. So I'm thinking we probably have a path here, and then at least one more path here. So I'm actually going to jump to the other timeline and go back with this one. Let's see. So originally we were caught by Mr. Nuncreed, and he was looking at us with some kind of emotion. The first one that we chose was shame, and he locked us in the phone booth, and we were whisked away to the factory, or whatever it was. So this time we can choose malice. That's what I'm gonna do.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes. Like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right.
Yeah, he's looking at us like he's about to eat us.
He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want all this to be over. Of course, I'm sure it'll all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. I can't. So we can't go through there because he will catch us again. We are in fact looking for Rollo, I believe. Hey look, it's Solomon. Festival decorations are a bit humdrum. If I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? Oh dear, what are they gonna do to the festival sign? That would be fun if they like messed up the festival sign and like Solomon doesn't become... Oop, I'm moving my whole setup. My bad. Sorry, y'all. I was just trying to stretch my leggy. Alright, let's try that again. It'd be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Interesting. That would be fun. Alright. I think we're trying to find Rollo right now. But I don't recall. Wait at the treehouse in case Rollo shows up. That's right. I work here now. Oh yeah, that's our friend's mom.
I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done.
Hold, please. Clearance authorized.
Thank you.
Clone harvest awaits.
That's our friend's mom, and she is some sort of biochemical engineer, I think. I don't know if we did all the fishing things that we were supposed to do. I think we did. Well, we did all those at least.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around
Yeah,
the
we did
thumbfish.
that. We did all this. We're out of here. Cool. So any words that we get that aren't necessary have tended to go in there, so. Oop. Rolo? I didn't mean to go up the stairs.
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo! Rolo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
Do we fall asleep here? Is that what happens?
Once again, Luca
Oop,
found himself
another dream.
in a vast black expanse.
Interesting.
This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward.
So the only thing that's remained consistent around the different timelines is that we have dreams that are taking place within this, like, inky blackness, basically.
The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire.
Frigid air of a campfire.
The source.
Oh, right.
He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward.
There you are, doppelganger. What's up?
"That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep.
Oh, okay.
Is any of this real? Are you real? Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me."
Aww.
Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below.
I don't know who would be.
Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Uh-oh. Is it Mr.
Chapter
Nungreed?
5. Dangers big and small.
It's probably Mr. Nungreed.
Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze.
He froze.
A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Oh. Nope, it's Roxy. Stop right there. Or I'll... Oh. It's not Roxy. Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, 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 take it easy. Luke, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me. If it really is you, prove it. Flamin' chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped.
Okay, something is wrong with Rolo. He is way bigger and possibly older.
He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rolo. Only bigger, older, changed.
Oh. What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people with those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Dunno. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rolo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Rolo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet, too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rolo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rolo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Oh. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all sort of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome! Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger. Ha!
Rolo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Oh yeah, we gave her a British accent. I'm not gonna say hey fellas in a British accent. Hello chaps, what's up?
With a yelp, Rolo dove behind Luca.
Ah! Take cover! Wow. Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your Large adult friend. No, this is my buddy Rolo. This is your missing friend. One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse. I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rolo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rolo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rolo. This has been weird all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. If anybody doesn't remember, she got splashed with the gunk in a pond, and it like turned a strip of her hair white. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mum gave me. Okay. Just need to play it cool. Hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come here and have me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight, her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grey day creep. Beck. He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. In the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're in a better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have covered that for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it all off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mum. I'm not good at two different British accents, so I'm very sorry. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded. No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? The next part is the important bit. I had this radio I upgraded with my mum, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial into something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr?
Yes, I'm busy. What is it?
Apologies, I have the founder on the line.
Patch him through immediately.
One moment.
Hello, sir. It's nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead research of deep engineering?
Oh, researcher, sorry.
Nellie Moldwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good, you know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir! Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. For the in-game bill, no failures with Dr. Prescott. I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing this festival deadline. And rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand, I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all you've done for me. I'll make this very clear. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Wow. I have too many similar voices going back to back. I'm not so good at the voice acting thing. Yeah.
Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Also, excuse me. No, thanks, Cube. Excuse me again. I got burps in there. Capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder?
I was hoping you guys would know.
Nah, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at Perennial Harvest.
He sounded scared of this founder guy.
So we have an even topper banana in the field.
What the hell is my mum caught up in? She talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected.
Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was
the person Beck's mom came to replace? Would make sense.
Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended.
I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of here before the festival happens.
That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work?
Creep on the radio said they were going to hold her until then. If she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Oh, it's really just a welcome map for my mum's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys, we have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
Wiggle with excitement, chat. I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist. He's so excited.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for.
Unsavory characters.
Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain.
Interesting.
Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
All right, we have our assignment. All right, quick recap. Rollo, you're going to talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me, Cordial is my middle name. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your
He waved
new
vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? She'll be so happy I'm alive she won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. I have a feeling nobody's going to be on board with this thing. That leaves me with Jeff and then Iggy. How are you going to persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. I almost gave him the wrong accent. Alright, time to enlist the help of Jeff. And Iggy and Tish. I don't even know where Jeff is right now. I gotta find him first. Okay, that man's asleep. He was saying something about like, oh, Perennial Harvest blocks my view, blah blah blah. We like find a place. So in this timeline, we don't know about the frozen thing or the source or any of that. So far, I think. Wow. I admire the conviction. Can he really pull through? I'm not even sure where to look. Okay, there was a person reading a book, but that's not gonna help us. Go back here. Right, nobody's back here.
Ever wondered why an agricultural company employs an army of survey takers?
The clipboards? They're just trying to make us happy.
Do they want to make us happy? Or just figure out what makes us happy? An important distinction.
That is true. making us happy and figuring out what makes us happy definitely is different. I wasn't pushing anything. And we are running. Joy-Con lag, maybe? Excuse me. I can't talk to you. Smack the melon. I don't know if you get anything for smacking the melon, but we're smacking the melon. It's a thing we can do. Smack the melon. Ooh. The museum. We haven't been able to go in here yet.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine.
Hey, look, a Sharper Valentine.
Keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon.
Oh, okay. Because he
To
died.
this
Got
day,
it.
we struggled to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on.
So he died, and then the far harvest happened.
For a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Reverence Fund.
Ah, okay. Alright. That was unhelpful. Well. I think it's the first time we'd be able to go in there, so... a little helpful. Oh, it's Jeff. Hey, Jeff. What can I do you for? Well, I know how much you hate perennial harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I mean. I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were all right. Great, so you'll help?
The joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Oh, my goodness. I don't even know which of these four to pick. Hide, junk, shit, fight, I don't know. Shit, I guess. Yeah, it's all shit. I still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit? Wow. Can I pick a different word?
Luca wasn't ready to give up. He shouted out again.
Junk. Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I got more junk than a king has copper. I ain't interested. Okay, so I can pick different words. Hide.
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say? Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca
Okay,
carried on.
alright. Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do. But you'll never hear him say I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
Okay, so we picked the right word. What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I got just the thing. While we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gob should cover it. Put it on my tab.
Luca offered his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Okay. Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Alright, we got Jeff's help. Woohoo. Alright, nobody in here we need. So maybe in the drugstore? Oh, we can't go in the drugstore. Again. Alright, how about... Ooh. Alright, Iggy and Tish. I remember the timeline where Iggy, like, sacrifices himself and all that stuff, so I don't know how to feel about this. Hey, Tish, look who it is. Luca, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of... to each other?
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kinda... strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we... break our hostilities, at least for now? We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest headquarters.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, look at Van Horn. I'm impressed. And after this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Alright, we got Jeff, Iggy, and Tish to help us out. Nice. Nice. Did you hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
Invited us to hang out at the treehouse.
A single tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful.
We never gave her a voice, because all she ever said was yes.
Chapter 7.
We made their life, I guess.
Into the hive.
Into the hive.
A good heist requires
Oh, jeez.
preparation.
I wonder if this is the right path. I wonder if this one is the one that, like, leads to the correct way that we're supposed to go. Because if so, I want to stop it
And
before it gets too
thorough
far.
preparation takes time. Something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We're locked and loaded on my end.
Nice. Beck got their mom to help. Their other mom. Their second mom.
And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help.
Nice.
He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention.
Well, yeah, because his parents would notice. But I guess they haven't noticed he's gone?
Rollo, being uniquely suited
Kinda
for the
weird.
role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
Okay. Let's see if this works.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Okay, so he's supposed to look like a maintenance man, I guess? Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here.
Delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment.
I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning.
Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be.
I suppose we can keep this one off the records.
Our harvest awaits and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Is he just like pushing the crate? Why doesn't he have like a roller to push it on?
Our harvest awaits.
Heck a cheer for the founder.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about.
Yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing.
I'll just check.
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in.
Oh, I see. If you could just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the flounder why I'm late, it's your funeral.
I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits.
Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir.
Our harvest awaits.
Ready to light this candle, Tesh?
Yep. Suck on this perennial ham fist. I gave them the wrong accent.
What was that?
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check that noise.
Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already.
Okay.
I don't know what that said. Phew. That was close. A harvest awaits. Hey, I figure. When in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do?
Yeah, deep engineering is to the north.
I'll go with Beck. In case you need some muscle.
I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe.
Alright. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. Directly into their mouths, maybe? A hallway to nowhere. What's going on here? Is this some sort of mind game? Okay, so we didn't get to look at the map, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Oops, there was a plant there. Well placement feels fake, but of all things, a fake plant. Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits?
Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Dang. Okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are heading to Deep Engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I don't remember what voice we gave him before he transformed in the last timeline. I'm not. I just need to get into that office. I think we gave him like a sniveling voice.
Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder.
There we go.
It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office to the Founder. Knocking comes with a consequence. Oh, here it is. Solomon's trying to lead us away from this door that we're staring at.
So it is.
It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it.
Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. Oh, it's Mom. Where are you going, Mom? Oh my god.
I don't know what funny sort of business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did that work?
How did you do that?
It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us. Alright, so he's already
Luca
not
switched
good.
on his walkie-talkie.
I think, if I remember right, he was adopted by the sister and the brother as part of the Valentine family. So I think he's always been Valentine. Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. We need you to get through this. We need you to get us through.
What if someone catches us? We should get out of here.
I'm not leaving my friend Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green.
Why did that
numbers glowed on a
work?
black background.
Wow.
How did you just guess that?
Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the Founder uses such a basic password.
Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple.
These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Rollo, don't you know he's evil?
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Is 24601 a reference to Les Miserables? Like, was that? Wait. I kind of want to look it up, but it is? Okay. I thought I was going crazy for a second. Rollo, I think this should do it.
Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress.
What is that slippery lout even doing down here?
We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We need to get her out. Or we're here to get her out.
I see.
Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806. I wonder what that's a reference to. I wonder if all of these door numbers are going to be references. 13806. That one I don't know.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
No, he just betrayed us, as if I hadn't predicted that already.
Maybe this one opens the lock.
Crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster. One sec, I can't think with all this noise.
He quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806. Go, go, go.
Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca.
Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help.
Was he, though? Was he?
Oh man, no water cups. Rolo! Rolo, are you okay? Rolo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're trapped.
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rolo, where are you? Are you okay? They got trapped in the dead end hallway. Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nelly's office. Oh. I forgot about the sister. Oh no, I forgot about her. Okay, you two rabble rousers are coming with us. Nope. Oh. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there after them. Yes, she did. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fist have them on a wild goose chase.
I'm having trouble following what just happened.
Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rolo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nelly's office now. Mom? Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist Lab kit.
You sure have an act for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways.
We need to get you out of here.
We? Who's your adult friend?
Well, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I have more of a growth spew.
No, that's not possible.
Nelly leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars consistent with Tempest Laquamine exposure.
Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink?
You drank it? Oh no. Told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. What the hell is going on with this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound that was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest Liquamine. It pulls energy from the surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time.
I don't know why I have her talking so fast, but it just seems right. I don't know.
It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer.
They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications.
The foul harvest.
Cordial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest liquamine is rebellious.
Rebellious?
You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature.
So the more you try to force it to do a specific... Oh, wrong accent. So, the more you try to force it to do a specific thing...
The more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Harnessing Tempest liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed.
I'm reading too fast to read it reliably.
Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival.
But you didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes.
Oddities?
They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them
And now I get to replace my entire wardrobe.
Really, I'm truly sorry.
Meh, those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got clothed feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work.
I considered that possibility. I sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking.
Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed.
What?
I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. Like now.
Wait, the vial? I finally saw the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came.
All the more reason we got to hightail it. Luca, we got Dr. Maudville. We're heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Everything's on track. Sorry. Alright, everything's on track.
Well, what is your plan for escape?
We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Malice 80 proof whiskey. Hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now.
What's that?
They said I shouldn't bother you right now.
Don't be silly or no bother at all. Looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party?
Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
So warm. He must have been in here recently. Why would the ashtray be warm? So we can talk to Solomon, which I'm not going to do just yet.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked.
Perhaps he's not as careless as he suspected.
Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Alright, I guess we gotta talk to Solomon. I want to look at the fact that he has a pillow on his chair. That seems important. Alright. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon.
You needn't worry about me.
Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this. I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Uh-oh. Lock it, lock it, lock it. Locked. That was close. We left Nellie's office. It was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. They follow you? Hello. Before we started tossing blame around. Is it possible someone ordered a pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. No, don't let Solomon do it. Eee, everyone else huddle up. Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no. It is very small.
Hush now, child. The adults are speaking.
Dr. Mudwell, a brief reintroduction is in order.
We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful, enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Vernil Harvest, Valentine Fertilizer. All connected by a single thread. Yours truly. That's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Yes, now you've got it.
Tempest Liquimate. You discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Melwell. Very good. The discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes.
That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work.
Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
Just hold it out to me. Just hold out the vial. Vial. May I present to you the eighth wonder of the...
Before he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable.
Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what's in your hand.
Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thingy about it.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Oh my god. Gosh, maybe I'll have a taste.
Luca jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him! Luca, over here! Oh my god, stop throwing it around. Move another inch and I'll smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan.
I'll smash it, I swear.
Fine. Risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what?
They capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no chance in being outwitted by someone smarter than you.
Or there's no shame, sorry.
There's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry. He's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Get out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir! And to think, all of this is thanks to the effort of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How was all this because of me? Huh. I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
What? Oh, the festival. Well, that's my cue. After the festivities, my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, keep post outside the door. Well, crap. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just, we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time heals all wounds. Time wounds all heals. Wait. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. She didn't really sell us out, Rolo. I don't think that's the right turn of phrase. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So now what? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rolo. You just need some time. Rolo, it's over. You lost. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find the means of escape, and I found something else. A note, hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short. But I left behind a letter, in the hope that it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Luca, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempus liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Did she... Is she... She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't have to mean it's always right. Hello. We're trapped in an office and the bad guy is winning. You know, just same old, same old.
He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. And I believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work.
And it cost him his life.
That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now? Talking about his mom.
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Over there, I'm guessing. Where's mom? Probably the explosion
Chapter
in the hallway.
8. Comeuppance.
Ooh.
Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground.
All
Through
right.
the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right?
Okay.
And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone.
Okay.
Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling.
Okay, so she doesn't know that Rollo is safe. Or was safe, and now he's not safe anymore. So I'm guessing she's brought her cohorts to try to save him.
The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Sounds good to me. Go, Gran! Who we know is Luca's... Oh. Anyway. Oh. The door! Hey, it's our people! Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Luca's Gran. That's awful nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no. What did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We've got to stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No! Well, I guess that's it. We lost. It's not professional at all, Cube. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Alright.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca.
So Beck handed him the vial. That's what we saw anyway. She put it behind her back and then she gave up and handed him the vial. So the real question is, what did she actually hand him?
Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have peeked... Wait, I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little... Ooh. Junk, change, or malice? I'm gonna say malice.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the name of the whiskey in the office. Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yeah, the dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
That's what I call 80 proof whiskey.
Damn, dude.
Damn, indeed.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance.
Bye, William Kerr.
He was never seen around Beacon Pines or anywhere else for that matter again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter.
Don't tell me
Through
this was
his
the
tears,
finale.
he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Okay. Okay, so that was probably not the official ending. It looks like we have 2 more to do here. And then we also have this other branch where we can cry instead of humming. And this was the branch in which we discovered the secret behind Gran. So that was definitely exciting. Unfortunately, I can kind of feel like we're getting too close to the end. So I'm wondering if I should just do one more. Because I feel like this is going to lead to the actual ending. But I don't know if this is going to lead to anything else. Because a lot of these have had 3, but some of them have had 2. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to have another word or if it's just going to end after week. So I'm going to go through the where we came in, I guess. And at this point, you know, we're standing around the hole. Gran's about to toss in this fire. All the fireworks are in the hole. The source is just leaping out everywhere. Mr. Nuncreed is begging her not to do it. And we're gonna start crying. Because the first time we started humming.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall.
Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep
I feel like
darkness.
this is just gonna be like an instant ending.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation.
Mm-hmm.
The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
She's standing awful close to that. Okay. Alright. Well.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from.
Great.
Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Okay. Excuse me. So that becomes the end of that path. So yeah, I think these next two are probably the end of the story. And, honestly, I'm not sure if I should go ahead and end it here or if I should save it for next week, because I am nearing the end of my energy level, so I definitely feel like I should save it for next week, but I don't know. Does anybody want us to keep going, or do we kind of want to save it and see what happens next week? I feel like most of our usual Beacon Pines tune-ins aren't here, so they may miss out on the ending. But at the same time, I mean, you know, we're trying. So we can save it. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, just because I believe these last two are probably the end of the story. And I do want to give the finale the kind of, like, significance that it deserves, rather than just being goofy with my terrible voice acting. I don't think we're gonna go back and start it from the beginning and just get to the end that way, but I could do that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll play it by ear next week, and we will get to the end. We have to decide whether we're gonna put junk in it or change in it, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Make sure you get something to drink, something to eat, and have a good long rest. And I will see everybody Thursday night for some Dreamlight Valley, because it just updated today, and I'm super excited to play it with all of you. So, have a good one. Bye!